Hi everybody, welcome to DayZ, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can install the most excellent DayZ dog mod on your local DayZ server and on your remote private community server as well. And this is going to be a very simple install of this mod. We're not going to go into how to install it so that you've got wild dogs wandering around that you can then tame. This is just all about having it so that these kits like this will spawn on your server, and then if you pick up one of these kits and then you place it down somewhere, like so, and then you find some bones, so kill a chicken or something like that, and then go up to the dog house with the bones in your hand, then you press F, and then you can get your own doggy. Oh my god, how cool is this? And then I forget the controls. Is it right? Okay, so that's to make him follow you around. You can make them patrol. You can whistle for them. There we go, and here he comes. And how cool is this? Oh my gosh, this is brilliant. This is so good. So you've got your own friend on the server to come with you on your adventures around. So if you want to know how to control your dog, if you just press escape, go into options, go into controls, and go into configure key bindings. There you can see you've got the different controls there. So very, very good. So that's basically what happens. So let us exit from here. So I can now show you how to install it on your local server and on your remote server. So as with most things DayZ, first off, head over to the Steam workshop for DayZ. So open up Steam, go to community, go to the workshop, search for DayZ, and then in the DayZ workshop, search for DayZ dog, and it's this one we're interested in, the one with the paw mark on, and then you subscribe to it. Then what you want to do is close DayZ, open DayZ, and in your mods you'll then have the DayZ dog. Now what you want to do is have a really good read of these instructions, okay, because this DayZ dog mod is a work in progress. So at the moment you can't do things like feed your dog or pet your dog, things like that, but they want to bring those things in, and also there's more advanced installs you can do, which I alluded to. You can install it so that you've got wild dogs wandering around the map, and then if you go up to them with some food, they then become your pet and you can follow them around. So how cool is that? So anyway, so subscribe to the mod, and then by restarting DayZ it will have downloaded. So what we need to do now is we need to find the folder where the workshop files are. So what we're going to cover first is we're going to cover installing the mod on your local DayZ PC server. Now I highly recommend, if you're into modding on PC or console and you've got access to a doesn't have to be a high powered PC, but something that can run DayZ, run a local server, because that way you can test your mods before you go through the extra hassle of trying to install them remotely, which takes a longer time to do, and then you've got to disrupt the people who are on your servers and stuff like that. So here we go. So this is my this is my Steam folder. So there's DayZ, there's the DayZ server. If you can't find it, if you fire up DayZ and then go into the mod section of the launcher, click on the little arrow in the corner there, then click on those three dots, and then click on open folder in Windows Explorer. It will just warn you and say, look, be careful because you can muck the game up by messing around with this. So say I understand, and that will then open up the workshop folder within DayZ, which is pretty handy, because what we want to do is we want to right click on DayZ dog, and we want to copy that to come up, and then we want to go into our DayZ server folder, and we want to right click and we want to paste that. See, you see I've already done it. So there's DayZ dog. Then we go in here and we want to go into the keys folder, and you want to right click, copy the key. So copy that, come out of that, go into the keys folder for your local server, and you want to paste that in. As you can see, I've already done that. Now the next thing we want to do is, in order for those little dog house or dog kennel kits to spawn in, we need the types.xml. Now there's also a couple of other files to look at. Actually, have a look at the PDF README, because that warns you of potential bugs that could happen. And then also in the dog territories, there's some useful files here, is if you want to have an attempt at creating wild dog territories. Again, I'm not going to cover it here. But if you open up the types file, we're using Notepad++, you can see here these are types entries like dog shed small, dog shed big static, dog shed small static. And what we're interested in is the dog shed small kits. And so what you do is you then want to go into your DayZ server, go into your mission file, Generous Plus, go into the DB folder and open up your types.xml. And as you can see, I've already done it, but what you would do is you copy everything below the first types entry. So copy all of this down to there, not including the bottom one. So you'd right click, copy that, go to your types for your server, and then what you'll just see is you'll just have ACOG optic. So what you do is you would put a space in and right click paste, and that would then paste all that stuff below the first types. So it would kind of be below there, and then you would end up with all that. And then make sure you save that. The next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that this mod starts when the server starts. So what you want to do there is find your server batch file or .bat file. So this is my one. So you would open that one up, and what you're interested in here is the start line. Okay, because on the start line you have the list of mods that will start. So as you can see, I've got DayZ _ dog starts there. So that's cool. So in order to get that name correctly, a good tip for doing it is if you just left click in the name of the mod, left click again on the folder, right click to copy the name, click somewhere else, then go into your batch file and just add a semicolon after the last mod, and then you just paste it in there, and that way you'll get the spelling right. And then you hit save, and then you would fire up your batch file. So double click it, the server would fire up, it would fire up with that mod, and then what will happen is inside your config folder you'll then have a new folder for DayZ dog, which refers to the players that have got dogs and what happens with dogs. Now it can be a bit buggy this, so again what I would suggest you do is if you come across any problems, go back to the Steam page for DayZ dog and just go through and just read the latest notes on what's happening, because it does tell you about what known issues that they do have with the mod. And also make sure you have a good look in the discussions and the comments section if you're having troubles with the dogs unspawning. Or one of the things that can happen is you can't get a dog to spawn in, and basically what they say you've got to do is you've got to commit suicide with a new character. So you might not always want to do that if you've been on the server for quite a long time. So there we go. So we've got it running on a local server like that. So how do we get it running on a remote server, on our private community server? Well, exactly the same way. Obviously you'd be subscribed to it, wouldn't you? And then what you want to do is you want to file up your FTP program. In this case I'm using FileZilla, and you would go File, Site Manager. In this case, connect to it. I'm already connected, so that's cool. Find the folder where your mod is, so DayZ Workshop. Again, if you're not quite sure where it is, you can do that trick where you click on the little arrow, click on the 3 dots, open folders in Windows Explorer. What you can do is, see up the top here where this address bar is, if you just left click somewhere, it turns it into a proper address, so you can actually copy that, go into your FTP program, paste that into the local site, and that will take you straight there, and I'm already there. So there we are. So there's our workshop. So what we've got on the left here, this is what's on my local PC, and on the right this is what is in the cloud on my Nitrado server. So we just go down to DayZ Dog, making sure that we're in the right folder. Right click that, and we would upload that. That would then upload everything, all the DayZ Dog folder up there. And then what we need to do is we need to go into the keys folder and then open up the keys folder on the server, this one here. Go down here, click on hunters.bykey on the left, right click upload. It's going to say you've already done it, and that's there. So now we've got the key on it. So the next thing we need to do is we need to, just like we did with the local server, we need to add in that extra types.xml bit. Now how you do this is it's kind of up to you. You may well have your types.xmls locally anyway. Because it's only a little bit we're adding in, what you could do is you could go to your web interface. So let's go to this one. This is using Nitrado as an example. Let's just make sure I've got the right server before I start mucking around with it. Yeah, that's the right one. So you go into the file browser here on the left. Go into DayZ Standalone. Find the missions folder. MP missions. This is Chernarus. If it was Livonia, it would be Enoch. Go into the DB directory or the DB folder. And what you can actually do here is you can just click on your types.xml and just open it in the web. I don't normally recommend doing this, but because we're only going to be copy and pasting something in. So what you'll see at the top of yours is the first entry will probably be something like ACOG site. Let's find it. You wouldn't know there were so many B's, would you? Boonie hats. Bonfire. Blouse. Baseball cap. Bandana. Athletic shoes. Animal. Ammo. Here we go. Let's do it from the top. So there we go. So the first thing you'll see, you'll see ACOG optic. Sorry, it's that one there. So what you want to do is you'd want to put a space in. So press enter. That'll put a space. And then go to that file that we opened up that has got all the references to all the dog kits in. Remember, don't do it from the top. Just do it from the first type bit. Copy all that. So right click, copy. Again, not the bottom types. Go back to the web. And in that space you've created between the top type, then you would right click, paste. And that would mean you then, so you can see how it's here. So it says XML version 1.0. Then you've got types. Then we've got all the dog shed small kit all there. And then what you would do is you just want to save the changes. Don't restart the server yet. So next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that the server starts with the mod. So in this particular case, on this Nitrado server, which isn't in advanced mode, I just go to general settings and you scroll down and you'll see the section that says additional mods. And all you've got to do is put in a semicolon after the last mod, and then it's at capital D, AY, capital Z, dash dog. Again, if you want to make sure that spelling is spot on, go into the mod, left click on it, right click the name, copy that, come out of there, go back to the web and just paste it on top so you know the spelling is exactly the right. So that way we've added that one. Now, it could be that you're in expert mode, where you then have to edit the config file. If you have got that set up, you know how to do this anyway. So then you would just add in that particular mod that way. And when you're ready, then you want to stop the server. You'll want to restart the server. You want to tell everybody on the server to be on the lookout for those little boxes so they can spawn in doggies and have them following around. And as I say, remember, this is a mod in progress. So there's going to be lots of updates. Make sure you keep coming back to the Steam Workshop page for Hunter's Workshop DayZ Dog mod, because there's going to be lots of changes. It's very exciting. It's a very cool mod. I think it's one of the coolest mods, isn't it, in DayZ, I think, to have a little doggy, especially as they're done so well following you around in the apocalypse. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hopefully I haven't missed something out. When I make these videos, I'm thinking, have I missed something out? Because there's quite a few stages, isn't there, to get them working. But hopefully I haven't. If you've enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And I will, of course, see you again soon.